So welcome to your 5 minutes of self-care. Today I'd like to share with you why I have created the self-care course and why it could be relevant for you to take matters in your own hands and to make better choices for your own life. Now, about pandemic time, I underwent, like all of us, a heavy transformation. So I remember I was flying back from Indonesia back to France, and I had to go for work to Indonesia. And for the people who know me, I was born in Indonesia, so I have some family there. But I actually went on a work trip, and I was working for a Chinese family office in Monaco. And I remember very well the start of the pandemic, and I got very sick, so I actually caught COVID on that travel. And when I came back, I realized that the way how I was living and how I get bullied at that time at my work did not work out for me anymore. And there was a lot of manipulation, a lot of mobbing, bullying, screaming, like certain things that I would definitely, when this would happen, I would walk out directly. But I held on to this job so tightly because I was so fear-driven that I could not continue paying my mortgage. I could not take care of myself, and I had a lot of pressure at that time. And I remember when I got sick and we entered the lockdown stage and I was by myself, I lost my job at that time. I was thinking, okay, wait a minute. You have learned all of these tools, the trauma-informed yoga therapy that I learned from Maya Movesi, and I also underwent some courses with the Mohan family. A.G. Mohan is one of the few teachers alive who was a disciple of Krishnamacharya, the founder of modern yoga as we know it today. And I'm telling you this story because it gives you an idea where my tools are coming from and how authentic they are and still so relevant in our times today. Now, I practice a lot of yoga, but I explored more meditation, I explored more frequency and sound and vibration, and tried to understand more about the mind and fear with the immune system and the nervous system and how it all connects together. And I started already writing a program then, and I started being more connected to myself because we had a lot of downtime and quiet time at that period. And when things changed and we suddenly came out of the lockdown and we were in and out, I also went through a relationship which was very toxic also. At that time, I had still the toxicity within me. And we had the vaccinations, and I took all 3 vaccinations, which honestly speaking, I don't know why I did it. But I knew it would deplete my immune system, it would dysregulate my nervous system, and I would not know what the repercussions were for my fertility and for my future. And what happened actually after all the pandemic and after that relationship, I actually was diagnosed with a benign tumor in my left breast. And I knew this was a warning from God, divine spirits, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. You need to take matters even more so in your own hands and change. Change yourself so drastically that you do not attract any toxicity, that you deal with your own toxicity within yourself. In the spiritual world, we call this darkness, we call this shadow work, because you actually put light onto your darkness, onto your shadows, and really clear them out. I refer them to also trauma. Why are we behaving, or why are we choosing the same things again and again, or the same surroundings, the same people? So I really took matters in my own hand and I cleaned up my life. I let go of toxic behaviors, people, surroundings, the way I ate, and I cleaned it up even more. And I joined also different modalities like Tai Chi, Qigong, Kung Fu. And we always have to work with our darkness. it's not, the healing is never completed. So whenever someone tells you, oh, I'm absolutely healed, forget it. Sorry. The journey goes deeper and deeper and deeper, like a cycle. And these are all karmic cycles, and we need to complete these lessons. So I continued working on my self-care program, and I looked at the yachting industry, and I looked at generally the whole industry, and I was way too early when I had my self-care course. I had also coaching programs that I wanted to offer, especially for the yachting industry, because people really did not yet see the connection and also the importance to prioritize oneself before we are able to give. Now, self-care is not a selfish thing, and especially my generation and even the older generation, we were taught that we most likely sacrifice, we give, and we want to give, but we don't actually understand, no, you cannot give from an empty cup. It does not work this way. And we cannot continue pushing, and thinking it will continue working this way. Because it won't. Your vessel, your emotional, your mental, your physical, your spiritual being is just going to get depleted. Your vital life force. And now more and more people come out of the woodwork like, I cannot change. I need to change. I can't continue my life this way. Why is this happening again? Why am I getting sick? Why don't I have any energy? Why do I attract the same kind of conversations, discussions, fights, challenges, suffering? And now is the right time. So I'm happy that the self-care course is live online on Yachting International Radio, also on my platform, GeraldineHardy.com. And there are 2 modules. They're actually the same, but one is more comprehensive. It's a 3-hour course that includes all of the modalities and certifications that I have learned in the last 27 years. I have invested heavily in my own education when it comes to this, but I also have tested them. There are many ways to roam. So you will find in this course many different modalities and understanding, and I try to keep it simple and not too scientific. I will explain how the nervous system works, the immune system, how frequency and vibration works, but I will also give you practices and tools as an example. That you have the tools to understand how do you take matters in your own hand, because it is your choice. It is our choice to take care of ourselves better. It's no one else's choice, and you should not make it someone else's choice because it's your power that you bring within. So we are moving from out of victimization to being empowered. The first course, which is priced at $333, a divine number, which means you walk alongside the divine. It is the basic course that includes 3-hour course divided by 20-minute sections. So you have 9 different videos, and it will give you all the basics. It will give you all the information, and you have access, lifetime access to this course. Now the second one that I have put up is for $444, and it includes a one-to-one session, coaching session with me, including an alchemy healing session, which takes about 2 to 3 hours itself, because we go back where a specific fear has been caused through trauma. So it's a quantum healing technique, a light hypnosis, where we look at it. What is it? Why are you repeating the cycle? And how can you neutralize that? So we try to neutralize that and then adapt a self-care course that is really suitable for you personally. And there's also a group Q&A session. Normally I charge, when it comes to one-to-one sessions, €150 because it can last to 2 to 3 hours, and you will constantly still be in touch with me. You can still ask questions, so I'm still available. So I'm not one of these coaches like, okay, let's do a coaching session and then any extra questions will be charged extra. No. I will guide you through it and adapt it to your lifestyle and life circumstances. Now, check these courses out. I'm very happy that we have the platform of Yachting International Radio to communicate this, because we have spoken so much about mental and emotional health issues, but these are the tools, and I will add more courses because I'm currently doing my Tai Chi, Qigong instructor level with Journey into Oneself, which is part of the Shaolin Temple Europe. And this is a 2-year certification process. So I have started this already beginning of this year, and I'm able to teach some basic Fan Song Gong, some Qigong that is actually really helpful for you to connect with your inner energy work. Now, check it out, and if you have any questions, please contact us anytime. Direct message me on Instagram. Follow my Instagram, which is _Geraldine Hardy, and also Align Within. And I will bring more content and more scientific papers out there. So how I work is I am very spiritual, but I also have the other side of my brain that is very scientific facts. So that is really important for me. And that's how I have been also taught by my yoga therapist teachers. And check it out. And if you have any questions, contact us on Yachting International Radio or my email, Geraldine@geraldinehardy.com. So I'm very excited that this course is now finally out in the open. And the times, unfortunately, in our world have not become easier, and there's a big divide between polarities. And please honor your energy, protect yourself, maybe also step back from media. And I have spoken in the last podcast about manipulation, and manipulation is a big thing. And it already started many years ago when we actually got manipulated into believing that fear is the way forward for us to continue living, but it is not. So please, take matters in your own hand, be empowered with these 2 courses, and contact us anytime. Namaha, namaste.